Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend,
And I'm James, your black friend.
and this is the Fat and Black Connection.
Where we talk about anything and everything. As long as it's interesting to us, of course.
Well, yeah, otherwise, why would we talk about it?
Of course.
And we are live and interactive. It is October 9th, 2024.
Bring it.
Man, it is 8:05 p.m.
8:05
Pacific.
Pacific.
It is Pacifically 8:05. Oh, 8:06 p.m.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Do anything fun and or exciting the last few days?
Yeah, finished up American Ninja Warrior filming in the audience there. We were actually really great. They have like the crew, or I guess producers, directors, whoever really liked our energy, so they actually gave us these. These are towels that they, I guess these are like the towels that they give the contestants if they fall in the water. So they they gave me another guy, actually, and two other guys that I'd been with most of the time during filming. They gave us those towels.
So, did you go over there by yourself, or were you with people? Or
So I went by myself. Sorry, hold on. My bad. My chair is acting up. I went by myself, but while I was in line, waiting to go in and so there was a couple people I met there.
of
But
course,
when we were filming, there was like a group of us, and we all tried, we stick together, and we just started talking and just having a good time. And then, just as days went on, if we were there, we'd, find each other, and, we all mesh together and, cheer and all that kind of stuff.
so who won?
Huh?
So who won the American Ninja Warrior?
Are you gonna have to watch to find out?
Ah, yes, the classic NDA.
But I will say, I did not realize that they were doing everything out here though this year. So everything for this season takes place out here, which is kind of cool.
And we've got Sherry checking in. Good evening.
Yo,
Um, that's cool. Anything else? Did you happen to see any buildings blow up?
no, I fell asleep so early last night, man. I wanted to go. Actually, I it wasn't like I had to go see it, but I'm sure tomorrow or Friday when I go into work, it'll be a very empty space in the Vegas skyline.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what he's talking about, the Tropicana was imploded, I guess, early this morning.
And there's a lot of implosions happening right now in Florida due to a hurricane blowing through.
Well, it hasn't hit yet.
It has.
Oh, it did hit today. Oh yeah. Oh, it did. Yeah, it did hit.
It made landfall about 2 hours ago.
Dang.
So, prayers and thoughts, please, for Florida.
Right now. I mean, and didn't they, well, so who they didn't? So that part of Florida didn't really get hit, or did they get hit?
Are you talking about from the last hurricane?
Yeah.
Parts of it got hit.
Yeah, I know parts of Florida got hit, but I'm just trying to. It's like was that like the northern part of Florida, and then this one's coming through like the central part?
Yeah, that's true. That's a true statement. That it really brushed along the east and northeast coast of Florida on the last hurricane. This one is really just taking a left cross, if you will, across central Florida.
Yeah, that's going through it. I think so it was like Tampa, and then it was crossing.
It actually ended up, the trajectory went pretty far south of Tampa. They thought Tampa was actually going to be like where it primarily got hit, and no, it's going through.
Oh, it's going through like the Keys and stuff?
It's hitting like Orlando.
Well, that's like Tampa. Tampa's not that far from Orlando. I was looking at a map just to like double check, because like what it was looking like is like Tampa. It looked like Tampa was there, and then like Orlando was inland. Of course, Central Florida, but it was like, and it looked like it was going to go over that as well. But it looked like,
yeah, I mean, Tampa looks like. So I'm going to pull up the Milton path. Let's see what we get. So it is currently over Florida. Let me share my screen. So you can see let's see if we can get this to zoom in a little bit. So it went south of Tampa, blowing up through the middle. Looks like it's, gonna be south of Orlando proper. But I'm sure this whole area is.
Yeah, they're getting hit. I mean, the winds, the outside of the outskirts of the winds are not great either. So, but it should be slowing. I mean, it's going to be slowing down. It should be less now, right?
Usually once they make landfall, they lose
a lot of energy, a lot of energy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's either way, it's just not good. Again, the last one kind of came up this way and went up along the coast. And
oh, is that okay? That's okay. I thought it came the other way, but it came up around.
It came up from the eastern side and made its way up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So either way, no bueno.
No, I mean, like just seeing like the like it's crazy just seeing the piles of just debris out in front of people's houses was crazy, bro. And then like they were talking about in Florida how there's this literal mountain, a mountain of garbage that I don't know how they got it there or whatnot, but basically they called in these trucks to try and, they're like using bulldozers to try and dump this stuff in trucks to get it out of there so it doesn't end up being, shrapnel. But there was like they were like, there's no way for us to get it all. So
yeah, you could see, I mean, the winds or gusts are still 75 plus miles per hour in Tampa. Yeah. Downtown Fort Myers is underwater.
Jesus. Yeah, because I know they were talking. That's one of the things they were talking about is like the rivers and all that stuff. That like even though like the hurricane might not be horrible, but it's just you know, like not horrible, but like the winds and stuff might not be as bad, but like the water that it's going to drop is going to, and the rivers can't handle it all. And so it ends up flooding.
So as of 7 p.m. Pacific, so about a little over an hour ago, it was having 110 mile per hour winds.
Damn.
The peak storm surge forecast was up to 13 feet. And what that means is the ocean level, in essence, rises by 13 feet. Average house, one-story house, is right around 20 feet tall.
Yeah, so that's houses underwater.
Yeah.
Along the coast and stuff.
Even inland.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. I'm not even thinking about that, yeah. Because that's kind of, that water is going to come in.
So all of this to say, thoughts and prayers for those in Florida, because
I know they were telling people like this isn't going to be normal. Like y'all need to go.
That's to get.
Yeah.
You know, and there are some people I've watched multiple interviews over the last day or so with people that are staying and because they want to protect their house, and it's like you can't protect your house from God.
Yeah, like, and there's like this one dude I was watching, he was like, they ain't taking my house, like they're trying to seize property, and this is how they're doing it. And I'm like, bro, what? I mean, I mean, you know, like I hope he survives and all, but you know, like, you know, I saw a guy who stayed during this is Milton, right? So Helene, yeah. So he stayed in his home. He ended up having to he ended up having to get to a neighbor's house who had like a higher porch or balcony or something because his house got hit pretty hard with water, but he was able to stay there. But he was an older gentleman, and so his wife left, and when she came back, they're staying this time, but they are staying at a friend's apartment or something that's like on the 20th story, and the building is built. I don't know. I was just like, hey, do what you got to do, but I mean, just stay safe, man.
Absolutely.
I meant to tell you. I was going to tell you this. Okay, so real quick. So before we started, you remember how I told you, like, apparently Bob Dylan's getting married on November 2nd?
Yeah, so you made that statement in passing before we started
the
show.
So listen, so I went to lunch today, and there's old lady, like it started out, this old lady was like tripping about the bathrooms in Panera Bread, right? And she's like, these things need to be painted, and they're disgusting, and blah, 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 like yelling at one of the people that works there. Then like somehow it switched up. I heard her asking one of the employees to come to her wedding, and I was like, what? And so we're sitting at our table, and she comes up and is like, oh, would you two like to come to my wedding? And I was like, oh, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm getting married on November 2nd to Bob Dylan, the real Bob Dylan. And I'm just like, huh? And so we're like,
you should have said yes, wet time and where, and then been there.
No. I was just like, what?
I want to see what happens on November 2nd, wherever that is.
But the problem, so she's like, she was like, November 2nd is Saturday. I was like, yo, I'm not going to be able to be there because I got to work. And then, okay. So, and then the person I'm with, she's like, I'm going on vacation, so I won't be able to be there, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right. And then, so that was over, right? And then she goes, and then she comes back to the table and looks at me in my face and goes, could you change your work schedule to be there? Because I don't want you to miss the opportunity to miss Bob Dylan. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, I don't really care about Bob Dylan that much. But I was like, what? No, I can't change my schedule for this thing. And she's telling me it's going to be in a synagogue and all this kind. She's like, the only problem is it's going to be in a synagogue. And I was like, all right.
Why is that a problem?
No. And that's what she was saying. I was like, I don't care where you get married. Like, you know, and then, so fast forward, we're done with lunch, we leave. And I'm like, man, that was crazy. I get home and I'm telling my brother about this while he's getting ready to leave for work. And I said, not like 2 seconds after I said the name Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan pops up. It's like it's an announcer saying Bob Dylan on the TV, and there's a trailer for a Bob Dylan biopic that's coming out at the
On November 2nd.
I don't know if it's November 2nd. I didn't look at the day because that's what I was thinking. If it's November 2nd, maybe that's what she was thinking about. But I was like, what? Like, me and my brother were tripping out because we were like, yo, that is insane. Like, the timing on that was just way too perfect. But yeah, that's why I was like, maybe she saw this and thought she was, I don't know, thought she was marrying Bob Dylan or something. I don't know.
Brothers don't wear those J's.
What?
I have no idea.
I have no idea what that means.
I'm just reading what he wrote.
I see. All right.
So I've got something
Okay.
food wise to share with you this
Oh,
evening.
what you got?
So I saw this before, but I didn't look at it closely. And I looked at it closely today and I was like, okay, I'm going to have to try this on the show.
All right.
Twix cookies and cream.
You never had those?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, I've had those. They're good.
Okay. Well, the thing that sold me was recognizing that the cookie part actually looks like chocolate cookie. So I thought it was just going to be the regular Twix with like a cream, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and of course they only sell it in the king size. So I hope I like it.
Well, no, the problem is that like Twix now are just so small. Like if you buy the regular one, it's so small now. It might as well be the fun size.
These are the normal size. You just normally get 2 pieces.
Right, and the king size, but like the regular Twix, like the Twix, like where it's just the 2, they seem smaller. They seem like what the king size Twix used to be. Yeah,
It's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's more of like if you like cookies and cream, you'll like that one. But
I do like cookies and cream. Ice cream.
Yeah. Well, I got something too. I don't know if you can see it. You can't. Oh, sorry. Can't really see it.
Hello there.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I sent you the pictures, but I don't know if you got them up. But I took pictures of them before Oreo.
I didn't know you were going to this, so I didn't have these ready. I apologize.
It's not
I have them.
Yeah.
Of course, I wish you knew how to take photos.
Oh, is it all sideways? Damn it.
This is how you sent it.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were. My bad.
There, is that better?
Yeah.
You're welcome, you filthy animal.
So I was taking pictures sideways, and I didn't really edit them. But yeah, those Oreos has these Star Wars packs, but the problem is that you open it up, and it's either dark side, which is red frosting, or light side, which is blue frosting.
With white in the middle?
Yeah, it's white in the middle. I don't know. They just did the outside. It's weird. Mm-hmm. So these are some that I pulled out.
Han.
No, that's actually Luke.
The first one is Luke?
That's actually Luke. I think that one was Luke. Hold on, I have it in here.
Looks like Han to me.
Yeah. You got Chewie on there, C-3PO, Leia. Oops, sorry. Yeah, this one. No, that first one's supposed to be Luke, and then it's Han after. It's Han after. I don't have the Han picture up there. And then you can see R2-D2 and Kenobi, and then this one. If you can pull this up?
Oh,
go back to full. Damn it! Hold on. Sorry, I gotta figure this camera out.
I think that's a Yoda.
Yeah. Yoda.
Yeah.
And there's nothing special about these, just the pictures. And so I kind of want to find a dark side pack, but again, you don't know until you buy it really what's inside. So I'm guessing that the dark side would have Palpatine, Darth Vader, the Stormtroopers, probably Kylo Ren would probably be on there.
Would it? Because it seemed like it's just focusing on the
Yeah, it looks like the
original.
first. It looks like the original trilogy, but I mean, that's what I would think. Because I mean, the dark side. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bunch of stormtroopers, Darth Vaders, and Palpatines, and yeah, that's all I can think of. I mean, that would be, you know, more visible.
Jeff wants to roll with CM Punk. He misses WWF ice cream bars.
You know what I remember about those? I remember the ice cream being good, but that cookie was gross.
I thought it was okay. I didn't love it, but I get you. So hey, I have to say I have to call out how much I love my wife. Uh, because I love my wife. Let me count the ways of how much I love my wife.
1 3,000.
With all that being said, so tell me, you said you were at uh, Panera with this Bob Dylan woman, with a female. It sounded like you said she. So tell us, what were you doing? Was that a date or what?
Just lunch. Just we just
Just
went to
just
lunch.
just lunch, and
Mhm.
who was this with?
Uh, I am no longer allowed to. I'm no longer allowed to mention on the show.
No longer because you said it
I
once.
said it. I said it once, and so like, and she was like, "You said my name," and I was like, "My bad." So, oh look, ooh,
Um, so what can you tell us about this person then? You can't tell us a name, but what can you tell us? Are you dating? Are you just
yeah,
hanging out or
no, yeah, we're dating.
okay? Would she agree with that?
I would hope so,
Oh, okay.
because I mean, we see each other multiple times a week, so
Okay, okay. So
yeah,
so this is somebody you're seeing regularly then.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um so would you call it a relationship or you're just dating?
Um, what do you mean by relationship?
I guess, mm, you guys
There's
would
no. Here's what I can't. There's no official label on it,
sure.
if that makes sense. I mean, so it's not like girl. She's not like my girlfriend or whatever.
Mhm. So you guys are both good to like still see other people then, is what you're saying.
I don't. We're not actively seeing other people,
But you
so it's.
could.
But I guess. But I mean, I don't really have any interest in seeing anybody else right now.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And does she watch the show?
Every once in a while she'll catch a clip or she'll see some of it. So like I've told her like jump in the comments or whatever. But
hmm hmm
mm,
So when can we get her on the show?
probably never. I won't say never.
So Jenny asks, so no DTR yet?
What is it? No DTR.
Defining the relationship?
Oh no, not yet. I mean, we've talked about it, but yeah, it's not yet.
Mhm. And how long has it been since the and obviously, I know more of the background stuff that I'm
Mhm.
letting on, but
Right.
not counting the first time you met because I don't count that. Uh, since the first time you guys actually went out, how long has that been?
Mm. It's been over a month. Well, yeah, since we started actually talking, it's been almost it'll be 2 months on the 23rd.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since we first actually started talking. And so if we go 2 weeks out from that, so September, so I came back on the 8th. We went out on the 9th, 10th, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we went on the 10th, 11,
He knows how to count, ladies and gentlemen.
12th. Yeah, so we went out on the 11th, or no, sorry, we went out on the 10th. We went out and then we went out again on the 12th, and then we hung out again on the 13th. And so, like, it's kind of been,
So
well,
tomorrow will be basically a month since the first time you guys officially went out.
right.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
that's cool. Um, so Jeff wants you to bring her in. I assume that means bring her into the show. I'm not entirely sure what he means.
I like I said, I did tell her that when we talked about, oh well, man, this was probably a couple years ago, where if I got somebody and like it'd be basically be whatever they want to talk about, like your wife and then whoever I was with, like they would do a show together.
Mm-hmm.
It'd basically be the Fat and Black Connection, but it just be the like significant others edition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she said, I don't know. And I was like, think about it, because that would be a lot of fun.
Mm. And Jeff clarifies in the studio.
In the studio? You mean my bedroom?
Yes, I guess Jeff wants you to get her in the bedroom.
The studio.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So this last week has been extremely productive. For from a KaboomCon 2025 perspective.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about work.
Oh, come on! If I lead off making that comment, how could you even arrive remotely?
That's why I was like, oh, good. And then I was like, and then you said KaboomCon perspective. I was like, oh, never mind.
And Jenny says she's great. Okay. I love my wife so much. Just trying to help a brother put.
What?
I assume he meant out, but.
Yeah, that talks to text, man.
Seriously. So KaboomCon.
Yeah.
It's only 345 days away. And there's a lot of stuff that I and others have been doing this last week. Not you, shocker. Unfortunately, I can't talk too much about it, but what I can do is I can tease the hell out of it by saying next week,
yep,
on this show,
yep,
I will have some major KaboomCon 2025 announcements.
Oh, more announcements?
More, indeed. Because there's a lot. There's a lot that is going on. We are making magic happen. We've talked about that KaboomCon 2025 is going to be a bigger, better, longer event, right?
Bigger, better, longer.
And so Friday, is the Friday the 19th is going to be a load-in day. With that evening.
What? With that evening?
That evening, we're going to do a movie screening.
Hooray!
And I may announce what movie next week. And then Saturday will be the first day of the convention, right? And that'll be all day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or did we say 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.? 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Was it 9 to 6?
Yes.
Okay.
And then that night, we're going to have a big, kaboom ball dance party.
Yo.
That is not the name. That is not the official name.
Come on. Kaboom ball. Yes.
That is not the name.
Kaboom ball, and then underneath, like whatever it's actually titled.
Yeah, that's been my like placeholder name for it. But dance party. And so I also may have some major announcements about that next week.
I don't know.
Of course, I might trickle some of this stuff out rather than just all at once. Because when you do marketing, you want to keep it going.
Wanting more.
And then Sunday is going to be
the last
day 2 of the KaboomCon, and that'll be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so one of the things that, we've already started is the returning vendor registration. So that is anybody who was a vendor at 2024 was provided an opportunity, early advance for a lesser amount to sign up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I can tell you we've had many people sign up. Not as many as I thought. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, based on the vendor feedback we got and everything. Now, some people I did get direct messages from that said, hey, we want to be there. It's just we can't make the financial commitment this far out. It's like, I get that. I
Yeah.
understand. Unfortunately, you're going to pay a little bit more by registering later. Additionally, we're not holding spots.
Mhm.
So when we open this thing up, and I'll talk about when shortly, but when we open this thing up, it's first come, first serve. As long as they, meet the requirement of fitting within the 7 pillars of pop culture entertainment, right?
Right.
And so, with that being said, this is the last few days for returning vendors to put in. They have until Sunday night, end of day Sunday, to re-sign up to get their spot for KaboomCon 25.
Man.
And starting on Monday, we're going to open it up worldwide.
Yeah, man. If y'all were there, you know what it was like. This year is going to be even bigger, which some people were like, oh man, if it was 2 days, I would have totally done it, blah, blah, blah. Or I would love if we could go an extra day. And so we're giving you that extra day now.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how many vendors from around the country, not just here in Northern Nevada, were interested and wanted to come. And they were like, hey, can you do 2 days? And I said, not this year. We've got to do one, see how it goes.
Mhm.
But if it goes well, then yeah, we'll do a 2-day or more the next go round. And it went well. So I am fully expecting us to get vendors from quite literally all over the country for this event.
That's exciting.
So I to be fair though, we did have vendors from all over California, north and south. We had vendors from Oregon. We had vendors from Idaho.
Yep.
We had vendors from all up and down Nevada.
Yep.
So it's not like it was just a Northern Nevada con. We had people from all over.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting only much, much more.
Yeah. And if you know artists, send them our way. We're having, like Mark said, we had an artist alley this year. It's gonna be nothing small. We have the floor, which is gonna be even better this year, I think. Since we have more time too, we're gonna be able to spread things out and make sure that people can participate in more. The game room is gonna be in fuego this year. Like, it's gonna be fire, I think. Like, especially like if we get it done the way we want to do it,
I will tell you, we are doing the game room the way that we talked about.
Okay.
Again, these are details that we haven't released, but I'll go into it a little bit. So the game room is going to be distinctly different day 1 versus day 2. To the point of, we're going to have the game room ran by 2 different groups. Day 1 will be one group, and day 2 will be another.
Yep.
So it's, the point is, we want you guys to come for this whole event. We don't want you to just come for a few hours or one day. We want there to be something that interests you the whole time.
Yeah.
And are we going to do that for everyone? No, because you can't make everyone happy, right?
Yeah, this is something we're trying out this year.
Yeah. So
for year 2, baby.
And we will, in the very near future, be releasing applications for panels, presentations, people who are interested in doing something. As long as it fits within those 7 pillars of pop culture entertainment, we're open to it.
We got to get This Is Nerding back. They were great.
Hopefully we can. There is a potential that we may not.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've already had some conversations with them trying to make that happen. Hopefully we'll know here in the next month. They should be able to let me know. Unfortunately, they go where their bread is buttered, so to speak. Yeah. They work with another organizer who puts on multiple events, and that organizer has, at least this year, had an event that was around the same dates. So we'll see. They did say, hey, if we don't have that event at the same time, then yeah, we'll be there.
Nice.
So
fingers crossed.
Absolutely. And with that being said, we've got some new vendors.
Oh.
some official vendors that we can call out that are on board.
Excellent.
So
You've paid your fees. Now you shall be mentioned.
that's pretty much the gist of it, right? Where is it at? So Restream has gone to a 2.0, and so I'm still having to learn where everything's at. But first up, we've got Goblin Card Belcher.
They're back, baby.
Doing a double booth.
Yeah, these guys. I didn't even realize this. This was last year was their first ever con.
I don't know if that's a true statement because I looked at their like Instagram and stuff, and they've got photos of being at other cons, but it wasn't the same guy. So I don't know if this is an extension or
I don't know. Because all I know is the guy that I talked to when I was towards the end. I was going around talking, just checking in on the vendors and stuff like that. And he was saying, "Oh, this is our very first con, so maybe it was his first con or the setup maybe they had was the first time they've done that setup." But all I know is that they had a great time. From what I was picking up from the guys that were there, they were having a great time and they couldn't wait to come back. So I'm really glad to see that they are back on board.
Yeah, this year 24 they had a triple booth. They're going down to 2, which I think was probably smart. I think they were a little spread out.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I would have loved for them to get a triple booth, but as an organizer and a proprietor, I would have loved to have those 3 booths locked down. But I'll take 2.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are interested in multiple booths, we are offering discounts this year.
Ooh, discounts on multiple booths?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it.
We've got Kitsune's Treasures coming back.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to with the announcement images. I'm trying to, if they have like QR codes or direct links to their stuff, I'm trying to incorporate those, if you will.
These are on the page as well, correct?
Of course they are on our Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. I just wanted to see if that's actually. Could I pull that up right there? It's not doing it right away.
I didn't try testing it, so I don't know. Berry Milk Tea is back.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Berry Milk Tea was awesome. They hold on.
Wait.
VisonTef _8766. Hey, homie.
What's up?
I checked your videos. Seems like you're new in Kick, not yet affiliated and verified. I got a proposal for you by sharing your stream to a Kick community for you to gain 1,000 followers, earning at least $1,000 per stream, and enable sub button. Add me up on Discord to discuss more at oluomo_24. That's cool.
Maybe we'll reach out.
Thanks, VisonTef, who also known as Olumo.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Berry Milk Tea. Welcome back, Berry Milk Tea. They provided a fantastic prize package as part of the raffle this year.
Yeah.
So excited to have them back. I love their artistic style. It's very unique, which is always fun to see. And they do good stuff. So thoughts on Berry Milk Tea, James?
Oh no, I love the fact that it's just like they have just like these characters and they just make them into their cups and all their little wares, and it's good to have you back.
Yeah. And a lot of it is most of it is original art, which I love. I absolutely love. Fused Fiction coming back. They actually Fused Fiction signed up just yesterday and also finalized yesterday. So gotta love that. Welcome back, Fused Fiction. I love their artwork. I don't know if you actually saw their booth and checked some of this stuff out, where it's like the shadow.
Yeah, I think I apologize. I'm not remembering.
Okay, well, maybe this year you'll find.
Well, I like that Jack Nightmare Before Christmas, like Starry Night kick. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, and that's why, like I said, I like a lot of their work because if you're a fan of Doctor Who, or this is like Vader in front of something, you've got Grogu and
That looks like the
Mando.
Citadel, bro.
Yes, yes, it does.
That's the Citadel.
Ninja Turtles down here.
You got I see oh, you got some Avatar stuff in the middle there.
Hmm.
Yeah, Gengar.
So
Does anybody, hey, who's that? Does anybody know what that little the white face thing with the like in the on the looks like on a t-shirt or something? Or on a
where are you talking about?
no, go back, go pull out more. Right there in the corner, the left hand
Up here?
corner. No, down on the
This
yeah, that little face right there. Does anybody know what that is?
Ghostface Killer? I don't know.
No. There's a there's a guy on one of the games that I played that attacked my my base, and he uses that as his that was his what do you call those things? Avatar.
Gotcha. Yeah, no clue what that is. And speaking of games, well, before I speak about games, so KaboomCon 2025 is coming. 345 days. Next week, you're going to want to be here because I'm going to have some major announcements, probably including
What?
the unveiling
What?
of the new Jam the Artist piece that will be the official artwork for 25.
What?
Yes, I am waiting patiently. He has promised to send me a sketch tonight.
Yeah. Hey, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something I forgot.
And really just when we show this piece of artwork off,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to, I think at that point, announce the film because they kind of tie into each other.
I think you might have to. And we might have to make the announcement about the other thing too.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So really, one of our goals with KaboomCon 25 is to make it a cohesive event, right?
Ooh.
Cohesive, holistic. Right?
Yeah.
You like those big words,
Those
James?
are I like those words. I was just thinking about something in my head though.
If it's got more than 3 syllables, it's a big word to you, right?
No, it's not always true.
Um,
But
what were you thinking in your head?
no, I was thinking if we're gonna do what we talked about doing, maybe we should do pre-orders for them.
Pre-orders for the t-shirts?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Now here's the thing, and I would love to get.
We've had a problem with people pre-ordering or filling out stuff to get for us to do stuff because we had the sign up for the cosplay contest. We didn't really get anybody to sign up for it, but day of we had a good number of people. We had people sign up.
We had 32 cosplay contestants.
And then we for the
but
art
we had
contest,
0 sign up in advance
for the art. Yeah, right. And then we didn't have anybody for the art contest this year. But we're working on that too. We're thinking about doing something a little bit different, which I think is a phenomenal idea, by the way.
Yeah, we're not going to do an art contest.
Yeah, that's out. But we got something else. And again, if you're an artist, we got an Artist Alley, baby. And you can sell your wares in there.
Yeah. So tune in next week. Fat and Black Connection. Big. Huge announcements will be coming.
Huge.
Assuming Jam the Artist delivers.
I'll hit him up tomorrow.
It's okay. I know he's stressed. There's some stuff happening. His kid's not sleeping great.
Oh, that sucks.
So yeah,
I'll just hit him up. I'll just hit him up anyways to just check in on him then.
Yeah, I just pinged him and said sneaky peek because he was supposed to send it to me yesterday.
Right.
And again, life happens, kids happen.
Yeah.
Actually, as a matter of fact, today I went to work, because it was work day.
Right.
And 2 hours or so into my shift, I get a call from my wife, who I love so much.
What did you do wrong?
telling me
What did you do wrong?
that she had just received a call from my kid's school that
Oh,
my kid wasn't feeling well.
uh-oh.
And I said, okay, well, I have a really important meeting at 10:30, right?
Let me-
And this was like right around 10.
Right. Let me do that.
And I'm like, and my wife was like, I can't really leave work. I need you, can you go?
Could you hold on?
And I said, okay, can you call the school back and see where she's really at? If she's like really sick, then yes, I will go get her, like no doubt. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's an easy decision to me.
Right.
However,
If she's just playing.
then, she needs to get through the day.
Right.
So my wife called back, and while that was all happening, I went to my supervisor and everything, and I was just like, hey, look, my kid's not feeling well. I think I should probably just go get her, get home, get her in bed, and then I can jump back on for this meeting. I might be a little bit late, yada, yada. And they were like, okay, that's fine. So I started putting my computer in my bag and getting everything ready to go. And my wife calls back and says, hey, so I just she actually talked to my kid. And, my kid was saying, yeah, her stomach still hurts, still doesn't feel great. I said, okay, well, I'm going to go get her.
I thought she was gonna super trooper it out, bro.
So here's the thing. I get to the school to pick her up. And I'm
fine,
like, hey, no.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm like, hey, how are you doing? She's like, my stomach doesn't feel good. And I said, okay, have you eaten anything? And she said, yeah, she had some grapes at snack time. And I said, okay, well, I said, have you pooed? Because that's a thing, right? Like,
No, it 100% is a thing.
Especially for kids, right? Like,
yeah.
If you don't poo on the regular,
it gets backed up. Like
yeah.
I've been.
So bear in mind,
I have a backup story.
As I'm telling this story, my kid had pooed in the morning, this morning,
right
before she went to school.
Right.
And we get in the car and I get her buckled in. She tells me that she had pooed there at school.
Oh.
And I said, okay, well, and your stomach still hurts? Yeah, I still don't feel good. I said, okay. So then we start driving home, and part of the plan for this weekend, because there's so she's actually on like a fall break, if you will. And so part of the plan was my mom, her grandma, is going to pick her up tomorrow, and they're going to spend the weekend together and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, maybe my stomach hurts because I'm so excited to spend time with grandma. And I'm like, well, that's really sweet of you to say, but no, I don't think that's what it is.
I'm so excited to spend time with grandma. My stomach hurts.
Yeah. That's what the mind of a 5-year-old, right?
Hey, you gotta love it, man.
So we get home, and as we're on our way home, I'm explaining to her what's going to happen when we get home. That she doesn't feel well. She got picked up from school, right. So she's going to be going to bed.
No time to play. This isn't playtime. This is you. You're going to lie down and.
Yep, you're going to lay in bed. You're going to rest.
Yep.
And I prefer that you sleep.
Yeah.
Because if you're not feeling well, you need to sleep.
You need rest.
So unfortunately, she didn't do that. I brought her home. I got her ready, got her upstairs and in bed, and she did not sleep. Now, I went and joined my meeting as I needed to, and I was on that for as much as I could. And I had I had the monitor because I told my kid, I was like, hey, if you need me, just call for me and I'll come. I have the monitor. I'll be available. And she didn't, but she also didn't sleep. She was playing with her stuffy and talking to it and stuff.
I mean, at least she was in bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, agreed.
Not running around and stuff. But
so after I finished my meeting, I went up and I said, "Hey, how are you feeling?" And she told me, "Oh, I feel better now. I feel good."
Maybe she just had to talk to that stuffy, man, and that was what it was.
And I was like, okay,
cool, let's go back to school.
It's unfortunately no.
I know, I just play it, but my stomach hurts again.
I was like, okay, so do you want to eat? Are you hungry? Do you want to have lunch? And she was like, yeah. So I
Oh, got
knew,
real excited right away, huh?
I knew, right? So we go downstairs, and I said, okay, well, you're gonna eat the lunch that Emma, your mom, packed for you for lunch today at school.
Nah, I'm home. I want something else.
Mm-mm. So I opened up the lunchbox, and it was a full lunch. Like, my wife didn't skimp. It was
Fools.
pepperoni and cheese and chicken nuggets and
Yo,
what else was in there? There was like a big old thing of fruit, and then there
yo,
was some,
you want to trade?
and then
I
there was
would,
some
you want to
chocolate
trade lunch?
Teddy Grahams.
Yo, that is prime trade material right there, baby.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, if you don't know, then you didn't go to school in like the 80s, 90s like we did, because yo, there was lunch swap for real.
Mm-hmm. Struggle. Mm-hmm. So I sit there as she proceeds to eat the entire lunch
Bruh.
in like 15 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, stomach hurts? Okay.
I said, oh, I guess your stomach must feel fine. Yeah, I feel good. Okay, well, unfortunately, now it's time to go back to bed.
You did that girl dirty, bro. No, I understand. I get you. You did it. She got that dirty, man.
I needed her to and I explained to her. I said, "Look, you need to understand.
I don't want to put you to bed.
If you
don't feel well,
if you don't feel good, I never want you to feel like you can't call me. I will come get you, but I need you to think about next time.
What's gonna happen when you get home? It ain't gonna be play day.
Well, it's how do I really feel?
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel so bad that I need to go home and just be in bed?
Can I make it?
Or can I make it through the day?
Right.
I said, if you can't make it through the day, I will come get you.
But next time you gotta, I'm a soldier.
But you need to understand that if you decide to call me to come get you, I will come get you. But this is what you're going to be in bed.
That's a wrap for your day, little one.
So send her back to bed, and luckily her mother came home a few hours later and let her come out of her room to hang out and play in the loft. Well, not play. She told her she wasn't supposed to play, that she could read and rest and relax. But I wasn't going to let her come out of her bed at all.
You savage, sir.
That's what my parents did to me when I grew up. Now, the difference is I also had a TV in my room.
Yeah, I was about to say, we had TVs in our room, so it wasn't really like, yeah, we could stay in bed, but we had TVs. And I don't know, you had a video game system, right? In your room?
I didn't have it in my room
downstairs,
until I was older.
Yeah, that was downstairs. That was downstairs. Well, actually, I didn't know you when you were I didn't know you in elementary school. I didn't meet you until high school. I think at that point you had a game system in your room. Right?
I had a game system from the time I was in kindergarten, pretty much.
No, I mean, I did. I had it later, but a little bit later. But yeah, no, it was always like the ones that I had, like when we moved from, I had like a Nintendo, I think, when I lived over near you, over there on Joaquin Murrieta.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that one was down. I believe that was downstairs. And then when we moved across town to Buckeye, that's when I finally had like a little TV and a little setup in my room, so I could play games and I could play games in my room.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember when the first time was that I had the game system in my room. I feel like it was in high school.
Really?
Late in high school. Up until then, I always just had it in the living room because that's where the bigger TV was.
I feel you. Yeah, I had a little TV that was it was good.
I mean, do you remember when in your room you had the friggin' little box TV that was maybe, like 15, 20 inch or something?
Yeah, I had one of those.
It was a square.
We had actually, bro. There was a minute. I think I went through like 2 different TVs. I had one that had the I had one that used to like not even like you had to kind of tune. Remember they had that little tool you had to tune it to the channel. Like you could like switch, and you had to like turn the little dial to get to the channel, and then you had to kind of switch it so you could get the signal just in right. Or
do you remember when there was the UHF and the VHF dials though?
No, you know what? Oh yeah, I do remember those, but like those were like that was on like the bigger TVs. Those weren't on like my little TV. Uh Wait, was that on my little yeah, it was on my little TV. The
So
first one, the first little TVs I had.
here's another one. Do you remember The Box?
The box.
It's the music channel called The Box.
Oh, yo. Yeah, where you could call in and like request
And you'd pay, and
you
you'd
could
pay
get a
to get
song
a
on
song.
there.
Uh-huh.
I didn't pay. I was just like, let me just see what people choose.
I swear, I remember like sitting there watching that many times when I was. This was when I was in junior high, and like
Yo, those late night videos
Missy
were
Elliott's
so inappropriate, bro.
Missy Elliott's "The Rain"
Oh,
used to play like 3, 4, 5 times in a row.
that song was hot, bro.
I can't stand the rain.
Yo, I
Yeah,
feel the wind.
but
5,
yeah.
6, 7,
Well, and
8,
like
9, 10.
like you were talking about, around that same time was when you could like tune into the squiggly channels.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was yeah, on the old school boxes where you had the channels actually came on the oh man. Those were the days, man. Not the squiggly channels, but I'm just saying, like, it was just like there was a time when it was just like, man, this is and like every once in a while you feel and like you have your friends over and you be like, oh look.
Mm-hmm. Kids today won't know the struggle, baby.
They don't know, man. They
don't know that dial-up squelch. They don't know,
bruh. Oh my, that. And then having to hang up and call another number. I was like, bro.
Oh, but it was even worse if you remember when you'd be online, somebody pick up the phone.
Oh no. No, that was awful. That's actually so my dad, you know my dad. My dad actually sprung for another line for the internet. So for the
That's
office,
right, because I forget your family was rich.
not rich, but just like we had another line for the in the office for the internet.
Not rich. You didn't go to private school and have
Listen,
phone lines just for your internet.
we just had that one. It was just that one. I always wanted the other phone line because it was those kids that got their own phone. Remember that? And you'd be like, oh, you got your own phone? Oh,
I remember when we got call waiting. That wasn't until I was in high school.
The beep beep.
Yeah, let you know there's somebody on the other line.
Oh yeah, because otherwise it'd be like,
and then you'd like hit the receiver so it would switch over.
Yeah. Oh man. And then you actually
you could do a party line.
You actually accidentally hang up on the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was y'all don't know that struggle, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the party line. Oh, that was legitimate. Hold on, let me get hold up, let me get somebody else on the phone. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, you there? Cool. Hold up. Click. You there? Yeah. Yo, what's up? What's up?
What's up? Oh, the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, like these kids think they know what's up, and some of these fashion stuff that's coming back. I'm like, ugh, don't bring that back.
See, my wife is actually excited about a lot of the fashion that's coming back. She like sends me pictures or shows me pictures.
I saw mullets were coming back, and I'm like, stop that right now.
Mullets never left. Party in the back, business in front.
They definitely left for a while, but now they're
not amongst the cool people.
Amongst the cool people,
I've been thinking about growing one.
Dear Lord, no.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even grow that much hair now?
Could I? Yes.
Would you? No.
Probably not.
Oh man, yeah. Some of the fashion, I'm like, no, don't bring that back. Oh, I was watching something the other day, and this guy was like, "Are we old?" And this girl was like, "Oh my god, it's a skirt, but underneath it's shorts." And he's like, "Was she not around for the skirts?" And I was like, "Oh dear God, are those back?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh no."
Mm-hmm. So, hey, you want some exciting news?
What's up?
The Panama Canal cruise is less than 500 days away.
Damn, I need to get on that one.
What do you mean? You already have it.
No, I'm saying I need to start putting some more money on that. I guess, and I gotta get my passport finalized.
Yeah. Well, and also last time we talked about this, you were supposed to call your dad because we need to figure out what we're doing.
Oh yeah, right. I'm not gonna lie, I did forget about that.
I need you to do something, man. I need you to carry some weight because you've got a lot of weight to carry, and I need you to carry some.
I've been dealing with this stuff for
What have you been dealing with?
season 2,
Of what?
Oak Bridge.
Oh my! You've had to read and review some scripts.
It's no, but it hasn't been that easy, trust me.
You're
But
talking to the wrong person.
I know.
You're
And
not going to
so
get me to be sympathetic for that.
right. Which I've been waiting on season 3 stuff, but we won't get into that.
Season 3 stuff. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, no, I mean, like I've been being, or actually I say Jeff has been making phone calls, keeping me in the loop on that kind of stuff. I'm kind of waiting on talking to potential sponsors and stuff till the beginning of the year, because that's when they're a little bit more receptive after the holidays and all that stuff.
Have you seen
Um,
this deal that NCL's offering right now?
$1,000 off for cruises.
All cruises, thousand
Oh,
dollars off.
oh, wait, what is that? More at sea. What's that? Unlimited, includes unlimited bar, specialty dining, and more. Okay.
Yeah, I saw an email that talked about
Pew,
free at sea,
pew, pew, pew.
or it's now called more at sea.
More at sea.
It was called free at sea before, and I'm not sure what the difference is in
Probably just
reading it.
they probably just enhance. They were just enhancing the name.
Let's see what it says. Okay, just announced introducing Norwegian's all new More at Sea, now featuring more unlimited beverage choices, more specialty dining meals, and more. Oh, okay. Let's see. Enhanced unlimited open bar. Enjoy unlimited premium spirits, cocktails, wines, draft beer, juice, and soda with our new More at Sea package. Now includes even more premium beverage brands and variety than ever before. New
Mm.
brands include Grey Goose, Casamigos, Maker's Mark, and more.
Okay.
Enhanced specialty dining.
All right.
Indulge in even more incredible dining experiences at any of our specialty dining restaurants. Plus, order up to 3 appetizers and 3 desserts for more enjoy at each meal.
Okay.
Because one person needs 3 appetizers and 3 desserts.
Look, sometimes listen, and actually, they weren't really picky. I guess they weren't too bad if you were wanted to try a couple extra things. They weren't too bad about that. I mean, not at that's especially tiny. We kind of stuck to that, but I'm talking about like if you went to like the main dining room or whatever, like, or the dining rooms, like they weren't too picky. If like you were like, yo, I really want to try, because like I remember one night I was like, I really want to try this, but I also want to try this, and they were like, okay, we got you.
Enhanced Wi Fi package. Now, everyone in the stateroom can stay connected with more minutes and more speed with Norwegian's high speed Wi Fi powered by Starlink.
Thank you, Starlink.
So, this is for bookings prior to 10/1/24. You have a free at sea. So, if you want to get the upgraded, do it now. Since now it's 10/9. So, really, all we got to do is update our booking information. But let's look at some full details. Especially, I want to see the drink package.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a 15-night cruise, right?
Yeah.
Look at this, enhanced with more specialty dining meals. So we're doing a 12 plus night. That's 5. We were only getting 3.
Yeah. Whoa. What's up? We getting that 5? We getting, hold up.
We need to have a chat with Terry.
Yeah, we need to call Terry up. Yo, what's up with this? Get that
Yeah,
5?
I need my 5, man.
Because if we get that 5, that means I can hit like every restaurant on there.
That's pretty sweet. 5 includes even more. So let's see, premium beverages from brands including Grey Goose, Casamigos, Woodford Reserve, more variety,
Is
more
Grey Goose
regional.
really a premium?
Yeah, it's not.
I know it's not well, but I'm just saying, is that really premium at this point?
I feel like if they said Belvedere, I'd buy into that more.
Yeah.
Includes 45% more premium brands. No more $15 beverage cap. That's cool.
Was there a cap before it?
There was. So like if you wanted to get a double shot of something
Mm-hmm.
and it ended up totaling more than 15, you had to pay whatever that difference was.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, yeah, I'm not. Listen, let me make that listen right now to call Terry tomorrow.
Yeah, you and me both, man. Enhanced with more minutes per stateroom. So now on a 7+ night cruise, which is what we're talking about,
Hmm.
you get 150 minutes per guest,
Oh, wow, that's cool.
applicable for all guests in the stateroom.
Now, is this already included on there?
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yes, it's
in.
plus. Yeah, plus. Yeah, duh.
Uh huh. So all sailings booked on or after 1/10/124 for sailings 1/125 and beyond. So all we need to do is update our order, if you will.
Yeah,
Um, so that's pretty cool.
yeah,
Uh,
that's dope. I dig that.
and I did get an email about this, but I didn't actually read into it, so shame on
Right,
me.
right. I'm
Uh,
gonna, yeah, make reminder to self. Call Terry tomorrow.
well, and especially when we talk about those five
Yeah,
meals.
right. Because here's what, like, there's at least what 5 or 6 restaurants on there, right?
So that's I'm pulling up the Bliss right now, so we can look at the different restaurants on board the Bliss because
If that's
um,
the case, then I think we can hit all of them.
I don't know if it's all of them. Let's
No, I
see.
mean we can hit
Specialty
most of them.
dining. Learn more.
I don't need to do teppanyaki again. That was cool, but
Yeah, I'm good off that. So Food Republic. Yeah, I don't know that I need to do that.
right.
Do you remember Food Republic, or do I
I
need to
don't.
pull up
I
the
don't.
menu?
I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter. Let's move on.
Ocean Blue. That's a seafood
Seafood.
restaurant.
I might want to do that one. How many? Just how many is there in total? Specialty restaurants are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh,
Okay.
hold on. There's an 11th. Oh no.
No, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
I saw the
8.
ice cream.
So I don't need
Let's
to
see.
do
So
Food
we did.
Republic because really it's
That's like
like
it's just American food, right? It's just like, is that like
no,
the burgers
it's
and stuff?
they specifically say this delicious Asian Latin fusion cuisine
Yeah, probably
served
not.
tapas style is perfect for sharing. Food Republic
Yeah,
is open for lunch on sea days and dinner nightly. Do you want to see the menu?
let's see it. It's okay.
It's okay. Let's just look real quick. So sushi
Cheeseburger.
bar, handheld, sharing is caring, noodles, rice soups, sugar pump. So they got sushi bar, handhelds. So I don't even know how this would work because normally with a specialty dining, it's one appetizer, one entree, and one dessert. What we know now is you can do 3 appetizers, an entree, and 3 desserts.
Yeah.
So
So
I feel like this is not worth it. Ocean Blue, so seafood. Los Lobos,
yeah.
Mexican.
Okay. Yeah, I think I want to do that because that
Yeah,
looked good.
I'd like to try that one for sure. Teppanyaki, don't need to do that again.
We did it. Yeah.
Cagney's.
Tyrus actually chimed in.
Oh, Tyrus
Uh,
is here.
yeah.
Wow, where did he come from? Terry will be hesitant to do upgrades like that. He did it with me. Well, he won't with me. Teppanyaki was good. We were just full and had a bad server. I agree. That's true.
Yeah.
It was good, but I don't. I guess when I think about a food credit, it's not worth it because teppanyaki was only like $35 per person.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'll just pay the $35 out of pocket if I really want to go to teppanyaki again.
Didn't you just pay for that one out of pocket?
I did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, and I don't know what the price is now, but when we did it, I think it was $35. And Tyra says nobody goes to Food Republic, and Los Lobos isn't that great.
Well, you know what? I didn't go there, so I'm gonna try.
Cagney's Steakhouse, I could take it or leave it. I mean,
I enjoyed it. You had just a bad experience there.
I did, especially considering it was my 40th birthday.
Right.
And quite literally, it was the day of my 40th birthday.
Right.
La Cucina, so that's the Italian restaurant. Didn't try it, would like to. So,
Yeah.
Le Bistro, fantastic. Can't speak highly enough about it. Absolutely.
Hey, did they have escargot?
They did.
Oh, then I might have to go try it. Definitely, like I said, I wanted to try it, and I've always kind of chickened out. But yeah,
If you really want to try escargot in advance of the cruise, the next time you're up here, we can go to Duke's Steakhouse at the Fandango, and you can try it there.
oh, they got it there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
And Jeff says, I would trust Tyrus on food issues. Tyrus claims that the Italian is amazing.
Yeah.
The French is amazing. I can't speak highly enough about Le Bistro, so you got to try that one.
Yeah.
Q's Texas Smokehouse. I wanted to try
Yeah.
it anyways, so
100% gotta do that one.
so knowing now that it's 5 food credits, I feel like
Yeah.
Q's is one. Le Bistro,
Yeah.
I got to do again. La Cucina, I got to do. Los Lobos might as well. That's 4. And I guess probably Cagney's would be my 5th.
Oh, you said Le Bistro, yeah.
And I guess I could. Yeah, I think that's where I would be for those 5. Thoughts?
Yeah. No, that sounds legit. Like definitely sounds legit. So
And of course, we will be on the cruise ship Bliss, which we've been on. We did our Alaska cruise on the Bliss.
we did do that. So that's
So we know the ship well. We know where to find everything.
yeah.
Fastest internet at sea, they claim.
Let's see. Let's prove it.
And so knowing this now,
I'm just glad that I'm glad that it'll be calmer seas. The racetrack should be going while we're on the ship. The slides should be operational on the ship. So I'm excited for that.
Agreed, 100%. So
because we weren't able to really use. The only time we were able to do some of that stuff was at port, and then like the water slides still weren't working.
Yeah, that was
not working. It was just that they weren't open just because of inclement weather.
Inclement weather, yes. So Panama Canal cruise, 495 days. So that's a 15-day cruise, right? This is no joke.
It's a long one, baby.
But I mean, we did the 7, and I feel like that wasn't long enough.
I mean, the only thing that I could think would make that longer is if we actually sailed up to Anchorage, but that would have been a long ass time at sea to get up to Anchorage.
I don't need to go to Anchorage. I'm just saying, I feel like that 7 days on that cruise went by very quick.
I mean, yeah, but I think for me, it was like it was cool. I mean, like the stops that we made. I mean, yes, I think I know a lot of people were kind of bummed because I mean it was the first one of the season. So like a lot of the stuff wasn't open, so they made kind of a lot of promises on excursions and stuff that unfortunately weren't able to happen. But overall, I think 7 days was cool. I'm really excited to see, what 15 days is, mostly because of where we're going to be going, or just the stops that we have. I'm just like, yo, like, I was explaining to somebody, I was like, yo, like, they were like, 15 days is a long time, but I'm like, yo, the places that you're gonna see on this cruise, like, yeah, you could book a trip to do all that, but it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg because you're gonna have to, you'll go there, you have to have a place to stay, you have to, and then to get to the other places, you're gonna have to buy more tickets and all that kind of stuff. There's not this one, the ship's there, you just, you get on, you have a room, you have your stuff, you're good to go. You get off for the day, you do some stuff in town, whatnot, get back on the ship, and you're off to the next place. So I think, just so to be able to see a lot of stuff, and yeah, it's one of those things, if you want to go back, then you already kind of have an idea of what to expect. So you can go back to that country and have even more of a good time because you already kind of know what's going on.
So that kind of cuts both ways, right? Because with what you're saying, if you go on this cruise, then you get a taste of each of these places, right?
Right.
Where
you don't get a full experience.
Yeah, you don't get a full serving. You get like an appetizer.
Yeah.
Which I think is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the way that I view cruises, and especially when it comes to like being in a port for a day or whatever, I see it as this is my way of checking this place out to decide, do I want to come on a full vacation here?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of where I was going with it, but
Like an example would be uh, Victoria, British Columbia, right?
right,
We were only there for a few hours,
right.
and
And
I
I was
feel like,
drunk.
well, you didn't even get off the ship.
Yeah, I was wasted.
I feel like I want to go back there. I want to go spend a couple days there because it
Mhm.
was beautiful. It seems like a really cool spot, and I wish we had had more time.
Right.
Um,
And actually, we were supposed to have more time there.
no, we had the amount of time that was planned.
Oh, was it?
I wish we would have had more time. But I will say, like the other places we stopped, so Juneau, Ketchikan, uh, what was the other one? Skagway. I didn't feel like I needed more time in any of those places.
No.
I felt like I
We could have
saw
cut
pretty
out. We could have
much.
cut. I know Ketchikan, like pretty much once you got off the ship, you went into town and you got back. It was like, I've seen everything.
And to Tyrus's point, how many times will you visit 5 countries in 15 days? And really, it's more than that. If we wanted to be like, if we wanted to be salesmen. And so, to that point, really quickly, just to talk about the itinerary of what this cruise is that we're going on. So we're in Miami, which is the U.S. That's country one, right?
One.
So we leave out
And
of Miami,
Miami's might
Florida.
as well be a different country, anyways.
True. Then we've got 2 days at sea, which we're going to spend some heavy drinking time at the
Yeah.
beer bar,
Yeah.
drinking all the beers they've got.
Spread
Then
that out.
and then we're in Cartagena, Colombia
Yeah.
on Thursday. So that's country number 2, Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're in Cologne, Panama
Right.
for a day, and that's country 3. And then we actually get to go through the Panama Canal, take all
Right.
day, daylight transit, check
Yep.
out all the locks and all that kind of fun stuff.
That's gonna be cool.
Then we go to Punta Arenas, Costa Rica.
Can't wait for that.
That's country 4. Then we go to I'm sorry. Then we have a day at sea. We had a day at sea before. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Then we have a day at sea, and then we go to Puerto Quetzal, Guatemala. That's country number 5.
Oh, snap. That's cool. I didn't realize it was Guatemala.
Yeah.
I knew there was another place, but I was like, where is that we go?
Then we got a day at sea.
Yep.
Then we go to Acapulco, Mexico. That's country number 6. Then a day at sea. Then we've got Cabo San Lucas for a half day, give or take.
Right.
In
That's the one where you have to get off. We get on the little boat and it takes us up, right?
that is what they call a tender port.
Yeah.
And then Monday, day at sea, and then Tuesday we're back in Los Angeles, California, which is basically another country.
100%.
But officially 6 countries.
Yeah. Where are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
And they can't teach that.
Like, to me, as you know, we've talked about, when we are going to organize these cruises, these group cruises, and that's another important thing I haven't said yet, is this is a group cruise. The reason that we're doing this is so that people can take part and get discounts. Massive discounts,
baby.
plus additional onboard ship credits.
100.
Literally. I've said, if I'm going to take the time to organize this, I want it to be an experience, right?
Yeah.
Anybody can go down to Mexico and do that little 3-day cruise to Ensenada and back, basically. That's not what I want to do. That to me is not an experience. I want an experience. We did Alaska. That was an experience.
Yo, and the White Thunder alone.
Mm-hmm. I was there. That's right. And then this cruise, going through the Panama Canal, traversing, starting in the Atlantic and ending up in the Pacific.
Yo, I sold my dad on this just because of the Panama Canal, bro.
Mm-hmm. It's an experience, right? When we do these things, I want them to be experiences because, we only got one life to live. We need to get out there and we need to enjoy it. And we need to, we're only getting older. We're not getting any younger.
That's damn true.
So that's where, like, I don't want to go do a little putsy cruise to check out the Cayman Islands. anybody can do that, on a little 3-day, 5-day cruise out of Florida. Like, I want to.
Although that would kind of cool. I mean, I want to. I would love to go. I want to go. Definitely go back to the Bahamas. But if I go, like I definitely want to be able to go. But I think one of the vacations I want to take, I would definitely just go to Jamaica.
Yeah, I guess I'm not hating. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, okay, go waste your money, right? But for me, if I'm going to spend that same exact dollar amount,
Yeah,
I'd rather spend it on, I don't know. There's another cruise that I'm looking at that I want to do where
the
it's,
Mediterranean one,
yeah,
or
like
the
check.
Northern European one.
That's the one I was going to say is the Iceland, where
Okay.
it goes up into like Norway and all of that kind of stuff. Tyrus claims that Cabo is his favorite place. Will love it. Sammy Hagar doesn't own Cabo Wabo anymore, but it's still great.
What?
And Tyrus claims that the Cayman Islands was boring.
I mean, to you, but
Well, the interesting thing is that he says Cabo is his favorite place. Would not have expected that.
Hmm.
So all of this to say, we here at 97 and Now Productions, we like to do fun things.
Yeah.
We want to do bigger, more exciting things. We want to bring you along for the ride.
Yeah.
We do a little bit of stuff here, right? We organize
Yeah.
cruises, we
Boom.
organize conventions,
Boom.
we do audio dramas,
Boom.
podcasts.
Boom.
We're only, one of the interesting things is when we talk about when we talk about the 8th star in Kaboom Con, in that logo,
We're gonna make
really, huh?
I said we're gonna make that audio dramas.
Well, it's not just audio dramas. It's like, to me, that
experiences.
Yeah, right. Like,
I like that. Actually, that's pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty good. It's pretty
just
good.
saying.
Experiences. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. That I like that. I really like that.
So I don't know. I'm very excited. We've talked about this before that, comparing where we were 4 years ago in the height of the pandemic, not the height quite yet, but
No, we're getting there. But
really like 4 years ago when we first started doing this thing, and
it was literally just check-in show. Actually, it wasn't even a check-in show. It was just how'd your shot go, bro? And he said, F it, we'll do it live.
make me sound like Vinnie Mac.
No, I was talking about O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly. Yeah, because he was the one that's like, F it, we'll do it live.
Oh, when he got his shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, since you went there, how are you feeling about the election coming up? Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, no.
Before we do that, just because otherwise I'm gonna catch crap.
All right.
I'm sorry. Welcome to Civil Civics Connection. I am your right-leaning friend, Mark.
I'm your left-leaning friend, James, and I still need this logo too, because otherwise I'll switch this back here.
Oh man, we got to get you set up over there, I guess.
Yeah.
And Jeff did confirm that I would catch crap. So, let me turn that off. Hold on. Oh man, it won't even let me turn it off.
Still scrolling.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
I thought it would go away on its own when I switched over to this template.
Maybe not. Apparently not.
So, anyways, we are basically a month away from election 2024.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about where things are right now?
I mean, the some of these races are so out of pocket, just insane. We see more politicians on TV now than this is that time when we see everybody coming out, like all we'll see races that we didn't even know existed, that we knew existed but we didn't really see until now. So but
Mhm.
overall, you know what, I got my ballot book the other day, so I'm going through that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
reading up. Excuse me. I did find a website that apparently can help you kind of do your ballot, so you kind of know what you're going in to choose. If
Yeah,
people
if
are
you don't know how to think for yourself, absolutely.
no, like it's just like the stuff's there, so you can kind of just check it, and then like you kind of see where you're at on your ballot. It's not really just like, oh, this is what it is.
Mhm.
Um, it explains different things to where you are, but other
So
than that,
I wanted to share, since we're talking about elections, this is Real Clear Politics. This is their projection map based on no toss up. So this is looking at if a candidate has 50.1% or greater in a state, this is what the outcome would look like. So right now they've got Trump Vance 296 electoral to Harris Waltz 242, 270 needed to elect president. Um, so this is where it stands right now if there was no toss up. Um, what do you think about that?
I don't like it, but if that's what it is, that's what it's gonna be.
And why don't you like it?
Oh, just because I'm not, I think I don't like Donald Trump as president. Pretty much that boils down to.
Okay, so if we look at the other, which is election 2024, um, apologies, I clicked too quickly. I'm waiting for the drop down to show up. So here is the Real Clear Politic electoral map right now. So you can see there's 104 that are considered toss up.
Right.
So Trump Vance have the lead, 219 to 215, with 104 kind of still up in
In
the
the
air,
Yeah.
including Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, North
No, it's
Kakalaka,
yeah,
Pennsylvania,
the
Michigan,
ones,
Wisconsin.
yeah, the swing states.
Yes, the swinger states. That's true. Um,
The swingiest of states.
so you can see right now where those are kind of at, right? And if you look at the toss up states individually, it's kind of interesting. If you look at Arizona, for example, you'll see how the polls are trending, and right now, Real Clear Politics. Again, the thing that I generally like about this site is that they take into account all polls, not just one
Mhm.
offs. So Arizona is leaning, if you look at the spread, towards Trump 1.4%.
Still in the margin of error, as they like to say.
Yeah, that was Arizona, right? Nevada, as you'll see, is leaning Harris 1.1%. So that's where we're at and what we care about, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and what's interesting about Nevada is really when you drill
Right.
into it from, and I don't think they show it at this level here, but when you look at Nevada from an entire state perspective, based on the different counties and everything, it is quite literally
They
only
don't
two
show the state. Yeah,
counties.
they don't show the state. Yeah.
Say that again. And Jeff is asking, saying, James, send me that link.
I'll send it to you as soon as it shows up. Actually, I'll send it to you right now while we're talking about this.
What link is he referring to?
The one that I was just talking about that helps with like the ballots, like it can, give you a little bit more on.
No, Jeff, don't use that link. Let's take a look at the Real Clear Politics Senate map, because I think that matters as well, right?
Right.
As it stands right now, they're projecting 50 Republicans, 45 Democrats, with 5 in toss up. And those toss ups are Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida.
Yeah, I know that the one in Florida was kind of new.
Similarly, West Virginia, it was prior to like a month ago, it was actually red. They weren't. It wasn't close to a toss up.
Hmm.
Jeff says I've been called like 4 times this week on opinion polls.
Yeah, this is that time we'll get all the opinion polls, all that kind of good stuff.
So right now, those toss-up states, one is held by a Republican, 4 is held by Democrats. Um, if one of those ends up switching to one of those Dems ends up switching to Republican, and if Tim Scott's able to hold Florida, then the Republicans
Tim
are taking
Scott's
control.
race?
Huh?
Is it Tim Scott's race that's up for grabs?
That's how it would appear.
No, I didn't realize. For some reason, I didn't realize Tim Scott was in Florida. I thought he was someplace else.
Isn't that his name? Tim Scott? Looks like he does have the lead, 46-3 to 42.
That doesn't look like Tim Scott.
Who do you think that is? He used to be the governor of Florida.
Zoom in. That doesn't. I mean, just saying, it doesn't look like Tim Scott. That's not Tim Scott.
Who is Tim Scott?
Tim Scott is. Yeah, Tim Scott is a he's a senator from someplace else. The black guy.
Rick Scott.
Rick Scott. Okay. Yeah, Tim Scott's another. Yeah, there is a Tim Scott, but Tim Scott's somebody else.
Okay, yeah, Tim Scott. He's the guy I thought Trump should have chosen for vice president.
Man.
I'm just saying, I think it would have gone a lot farther than what he did choose.
Vance is basically just a clone. It's
echo chamber.
Yeah, he's a mini me, kind of.
But I mean, so is the same with Harrison Waltz.
Yeah, I mean that's you want your vice president to be, somewhere with you.
No, I disagree. If you look historically, usually the president, the person at the top, chooses somebody that kind of can help bolster the people that maybe they're not going to get from.
That's why. That's one of the reasons she picked Walz, because of that Midwestern vibe that he gives.
Sure, let's go with that. And so, looking at the House right now, there's they're projecting GOP 207, Dems 196 with 32 still up for grabs. They are giving the Dems a 1.3% chance to take back over the House.
Yeah.
So it's, what are your thoughts in general? Do you think we're going to see split again between Senate and House? Or?
Yeah, I think it's going to end up. I think, there's not going to be that full. We did have a full control for like 2 years. There was a time, that we had the full.
Who's we?
No, I'm saying I'm not saying in general, but I'm saying I say we as a country, but like as there was the, there was the Democratic president, Senate, and House.
I mean, the last time that happened was under Barack.
Wasn't there? Was that before?
And to be clear, Trump had full control his first 2 years.
2 years as well, yeah. So we've had Republican full control. So yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. I think we'll end up seeing. It'll probably end up being. It'll end up being split again.
Yeah, and that's where I call BS on all political parties, because again, Obama had 2 years where he had 100% the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. Mm-hmm. And there were things that he claimed he wanted to do or was going to do and didn't do during that time frame. Similarly, Trump, when he had 2 years of full control, there are things he could have done that he said he was going to do and didn't do.
Yeah.
So, personally, I prefer when there is the split, because I prefer to see people try to work together and find a common ground rather than partisan.
That's just more and more less, becoming more and more of a split, which is horrible.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna get an argument out of me on that.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's the main thing. I think, and plus, like it's just weird to see that. It's just weird seeing like on things that shouldn't even be bipartisan. Like with everything that's going on with what FEMA needs. Money that's that they need for to help people. That's become like a bipartisan issue. That shouldn't even be a bipartisan issue. That should just be like, you know, the, whatever I can't remember what the vote was. I just looked it up earlier today. Or no, I looked it up yesterday. But whatever that vote was, is like, people are voting against it, and it's like your states are gonna get pummeled. Some of these people were from states that are in these paths of these hurricanes and stuff, and it's like, bro, you definitely you definitely need that money. So
you bring up a good point, and something I want to ask you about is when it comes to spending money and using FEMA money to help immigrants, illegal or non-illegal, find their way around. It seems like Biden and Harris have had no problem with making money happen for that. But when it comes to money towards helping people in these situations right now, um, they're saying we need more money.
they have the money for both. They've been dealing with both. They have the money for this. They have the money for the
That's
states.
that's
They've
that's not
also
a
been.
true statement. I mean, based on what both Biden and Harris have said in recent days, FEMA needs more money.
Yeah, they need more. But like what they're saying is with the other, like, they want to because they want to make sure that that especially with the back to back storms, they want to make sure
Mhm.
they have that money.
Even prior to the second storm, the first storm, they were saying that the Congress, they're blaming Congress, needs to pass a bill to bring more money to FEMA. Where if instead of using money out of FEMA to help immigrants move around the country, um, maybe that money could have been spent on the actual citizens of this country. Do you disagree? Do you think that we should be spending money on immigrants, some of which are illegal, coming here not the correct way?
Right. I've heard it was like it was two separate things.
I'm asking a very simple question. Do you believe that we should continue to spend money on immigrants that are not coming here the right way, instead of using that money to help citizens of this country?
They shouldn't be getting a lot. I mean, I don't even know, like, the moving around. I don't quite understand
I
what that
don't
means.
think non-citizens should get a penny, frankly. I think you and I pay tax dollars.
Right.
So when something goes hairy, you and I should be the one that
Get the
reap those
benefits.
benefits, if you will.
Yeah.
Do you
So,
do you agree or disagree with that?
no, I 100% agree with that. But, it's also, yeah, I mean, again, this is one of those things that I have to look, I'd have to see a little. I don't know exactly all the money that's going where. Um, but yeah, no, definitely. I mean, 100% citizens need to be taken care of. And so, yeah, I don't know exactly where all the money, like, for people who come here illegally, legally, whatnot, where all that's going. But, again,
Yeah, frankly, I mean, even the people that are coming here illegally, I don't legally, correctly, right? I don't think they should be reaping any benefit that taxpayers put into.
as long, I mean, if they're in the system, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're actually doing, they're working, paying the taxes and all that kind of stuff.
But they're not a citizen yet, right?
Yeah, but
And I
they're part.
appreciate them paying into the system. And once they fulfill whatever their obligation
Yeah,
is to
we
become
need
a citizen,
that's something that needs to be. I think that's also doesn't that needs to be worked out too, because I've heard some horror stories about people taking forever just to be able who
mhm.
have you know.
Oh, I agree. Our immigration system is broken completely.
Oh yeah, I mean that needs
I,
and that needs to be fixed. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's again, that's both sides. That's
yeah, that's
not.
right. That's a both sides thing too. But I mean, I think yeah, that would I think be um that would be more helpful is it to get, and that's something, I mean, we've been dealing with that since we were kids, I think. The whole, immigration reform, blah blah, and it's been, and it, like, nobody seems to be able to get it done.
I
And
mean,
or what's going to be,
Reagan was
or
the last president to really get some serious immigration reform to happen, where the concept of the dreamers and everything.
right.
Reagan was the last one to actually do that, where anyone who had come into the country illegally, he basically gave them amnesty, and it was approved, and everything went through. So we're talking about in the 80s, right? 80 to
Right.
88 was when he was president.
Right. And so, and then, like, again, we were kids. So, like, and then after that, we've been dealing with trying to get some sort of reform, but it's always there's one side is cool with it, the other side is not, because
And
there's,
that switches
and
regularly.
again, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, one side's cool with it, the other side's not. So I wasn't even putting labels on that, but it's like where they got, like, they take some stuff out, and then they're like, oh no, that this has to be in it, and if it's not, then we're no, and then it'll switch, and then be like, this stuff, if it's not in it, we're no go, and it's like, bro, we gotta cut the BS and just, like, figure it out. Like, let's come up with at least something that's that both sides can agree on, that will be in the benefit, that can benefit those who want to start a better life here, for those who want to um who want to be a part of this crazy experiment that's that's
I
America.
mean, I'm honestly at a point where, like, I think we should just close the borders completely, get our ish together. Let's take a couple of years to
Yeah, just
actually.
just completely just, hey,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, you
And
come
then
here illegally and you're gone. Like, period. Right? Anybody who comes across the border illegally, they're gone. The people that are here, okay, you're here. Let's get it figured out. But like a complete moratorium, shut it down for like 4 years. Let's figure it out, and let's figure out an actual plausible solution.
solution, yeah. That's the thing, is, like, again, this is the one of the biggest issues, is that it used to be both sides, they wouldn't agree on everything, but they could come to a consensus. People could reach across the aisle. Now these people, if you reach across the aisle, your seat's up for grabs at that point, and that they don't want to do that.
And that is,
And that's one of the
I
biggest
I agree
issues.
with you 100.
These
percent
these
That
term
is.
like that's one of these things. Like, some of these guys, term limits. I'm not opposed to term limits, because some of these people, it's like, bro, you've been there forever and nothing has happened. Like,
To me, it's not about the term limits. My problem is the extreme left and the extreme right. We're at a place, and as you just brought up, where the extreme left and the extreme right actually seem to be more predominant than the middle ground these days. If you
mhm.
don't vote exactly the way I expect you to vote, if you even try to find common ground, then I'm going to vote you out next time. Like, that is not a healthy place to be. We
Yeah,
have
like
to.
even, like, what was it, McCarthy? I mean, the dude got voted out because he reached across the aisle to get a deal done to keep the government open.
When we're at a place where genuinely most elections are decided by less than 5%, to me, you need to consider the other side, because your responsibility as a congressperson, as a senator, is not just to your party.
It's to
It
your
is.
constituents.
Yes. And if your constituency is 45-55 or less, a more narrow divide, you should be considering the other side as well.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you're cutting off 45 to 50% of
But the
your
problem is,
constituents.
they seem to not give a damn.
Oh, I agree. And that's my biggest frustration with where we are as a country is that either, and I'm just, I used to feel that this was only a left issue from my perception,
Hmm.
but at this point it's both sides. I used to think that it was just the left who said either think the way we think or you're wrong, and it's not anymore. It's both very
Yeah, as soon
strongly
as
now.
it's that MAGA, that MAGA cult, not I was gonna say cult, but not cult, but just that MAGA mentality is I mean, it's either 100% with us or you all of a sudden become a rhino.
It's not even that. You're a liberal. If you're not hard right, you're a
Yeah.
liberal, right?
Yeah, it's like, bro, there's a lot of ground to make up to go all the way to liberal, man.
No, and that I agree with you. Like this is where
I mean, that's what the problem is like that the I don't want to say like the Republican, I guess you could say the Republicans are they're trying to they like you hear them we're trying to get our party back. Like we've lost our party.
I mean that's happening a lot on both sides, right? Like so to be clear, we say I'm the right leaning friend, but I mean ultimately I'm a libertarian. I'm not a I'm not a Republican. I am a fiscal conservative and a social moderate. And what that means is that I believe my money is my money, and I know best what to do with it. I don't. I'm not saying I won't pay taxes or that I shouldn't have to pay taxes, even though technically taxes are illegal. But I do very strongly.
That's something for another day.
Yes, I do strongly believe that I know best what to do with my money. I don't need somebody else to take it from me and figure out what to do with it. When it comes to the social issues, I very firmly believe that government shouldn't be involved in most of them.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about here on this show before, when it comes to like marriage, I don't think government should be involved in it, period. I don't, to me, marriage is a religious institution, and that's where it should stay. We should not get tax benefits because we're married or whatever. We should not get tax benefits because we have children. These are all based on religious institutions.
Is children really based on religious institutions?
I mean, that's what it stems from ultimately, right? It's just like there have been times where people have tried to pass tax credits, a greater tax credit for a family where the mother and father are together with a child.
Oh,
yes,
interesting.
Yes. So again, I don't think the government should be involved in that period.
Yeah.
I think if there is taxes, then it should be based off of my income. I make X. Actually, I'm a big fan of flat tax. 5% or something across the board.
Across the board.
Yeah. If you make $100, you pay $5 in tax. If you make $1,000, you pay $50 in tax. So on and so forth. You know what I mean? Huh?
I was like, that could work.
You make $1 million, you pay $50,000 in tax, right? Like
that kind of makes sense.
It's the flat tax. You want to say pay your fair share. That to me, the flat tax concept
will be the easiest way.
It is the fairest share.
Yeah.
You make $1 billion. Okay, well, your taxes, what is that? $500,000 a year, or is it 5 million? No, it's 5 million. 5 million a year.
Yo. I don't know. I kind of that actually sounds kind of boss.
I mean, and then the government has a way to know, okay, our GDP is let's just say 5 trillion a year. Okay, well then we know if that we're going to bring in, $5 billion. I'm sorry, $50 billion of tax revenue. So then you write a budget based off of that, like, and one of the things I appreciate about Nevada, where we both live, is that we have a balanced budget law that says we can't pass a budget that isn't balanced, meaning the revenues have to match the expenses. If you plan to spend $1 million, you need to show
you better have $1 million coming.
Exactly.
Which makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I believe the same should be true for the federal government. What you believe you're going to bring in revenues is what your budget should be that you can expend, and no more. Ideally less, but no more.
Ideally less. Yes, sir.
These are the fundamental issues where we can't even get to the ease because there's so many outlier issues that people want to make a big deal about.
Yeah. I mean, and some of those outlier issues aren't even the issues. So I mean, it's like putting out small fires when the inferno is burning over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, look, let's deal with that one. Let's deal with that big ass fire over there. Not this little trash fire right here.
I agree. You got any last civil civics connection thoughts?
Oh man, look, I don't care how you vote. I mean, like just make sure you do it. I hear too many people talking about like, oh, I'm not voting or whatever. I don't do it, and it's like, bro, as I think I've said it here before. One of the main reasons I vote is so I can complain. Not only reason, but like because if you don't actually participate, shut up.
And this is where I disagree with you. I'm not going to say go vote. I'm going to say vote with your feet. If you feel so strongly that you're not satisfied with election results, leave. If you have a problem with, and goes to both sides, if you are so upset that a proposition got passed where you live, leave that place.
Did
If
or
you
did you? And then the thing is, did you put a vote in?
did you do your part? Did you
Yeah,
try to raise awareness?
right. Did you like if you're upset by that? Like because there be people that be upset by something, and it's like, what did you do about that? Did you vote yes or no on it? No. Then what?
But this is what I'm saying, right? Like, I left California because I very much disagreed with a lot of the way the direction that state was going, and had been going for years. There was the traffic issue and whatnot, the cost of living,
Mhm,
which a lot of the cost of living was derived from taxes and derived from other things that were decisions made by politicians.
mhm.
Um, and for me, I voted with my feet. I saw that there was no changing the way things were going in California. I left. That's my point. Is
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So if you don't
if
like,
you very and I think politics is small. It's not just about the president. It's really about who is your city council, who is your school board,
hmm
who is your state elected officials.
hmm
Worry about those, because while the president matters, really your day to day, what's happening where
it's
you live,
all local.
get engaged, get involved,
Yeah.
get educated, or vote with your feet by leaving. And if you really think the way this country as a whole is going is so bad, leave. Go to Canada, go to Mexico. If you think things are so much better somewhere else, go there.
Try it out.
Yeah. To those people that are protesting what's going on in the Middle East, go live in one of those countries. Either
you,
way, if you
you
want to
ain't gonna
support
like that
Palestine,
though.
go move to Palestine. If you want to support Israel, go live in Israel and see.
Yeah,
The reason you don't see those people going there is because it's bad.
it's not great. Not great at all.
That's where, for all of my frustrations with the way I think this country is going, I still think this country is great.
100.
Jeff says, I've never missed an election to vote on.
There's I have also not done. I've also not missed that. There was actually only I was the first election that I didn't realize that I thought I had registered. I didn't realize I was registered here or not here. I was registered in California, not in Maryland where I was. I thought that I thought that was taken care of when I was in college there. But that was the only election. That was the only election that I missed was the 2000. That was Bush Gore.
Well, you weren't in Florida, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
And Jeff claims that he tried and got votes in a mayor's race at 16. I don't believe that
That
because
shouldn't even happen.
you weren't 18, so therefore you wouldn't even have qualified for the position. Yes, you may have had 16 people write your name in, but That
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't have been legal.
Yeah, all of this to say,
Although there
like,
was that dog that won mare.
are you talking about Niles, Bruno, or Bosco? Bosco.
No, I'm talking about, there was another it was another one like in some Midwest state or something like that. There was some city in the Midwest, I think it was, and the dog won the mare's race.
It's always a possibility.
I
I
mean, I
at
guess
this point would
technically
rather vote.
the dog is old enough, right?
I mean, at this point, I'd rather vote for a dog than most actual politicians. So,
They might actually get stuff done.
uh, anyways, I
Dogs would
think
sniff each other's butts at least and understand, come to some sort of understanding, probably.
I don't think I have anything left to say on civil civics. Do you?
Nah, man, I think we just got the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Well, then, since the chat's been quiet tonight, I guess nobody out there has much to say.
Yeah,
So, you're saying you want to call this good?
I think we good.
Fair enough. Well, then, I will bid you a doo doo.
Deuces. See y'all next week.